The fans wanted Astroworld so bad, they just like this album. This album is fire.
No, this album was actually, I mean, Offset always has pretty good features. I think he's the best. He's definitely the best out of the Beatles, in my opinion.
I would say, somebody said before that Rihanna hasn't been making music because she's been making so much money off her beauty line.
She has been making some bank though.
It literally
y'all got the like lime green
some
mask.
dudes that are about to hit 1,000 licks. Like,
so I went back over some of his old stuff, bro. I just really forgot like how like fire his music is.
People be like, why isn't the JACKBOYS getting the Grammy? Why isn't the JACKBOYS getting the Grammy? Like, bro, it just came out. If you want to know how good that artist is and how talented they really are, you need to pay attention to what they're actually saying. Just like if you're in the league, bro, you can look swagged out, but bro, if you can't hoop, you not getting on the court, bro. You're not getting.
He's gonna be sitting there like.
You don't even have to hear it. Somebody else will play it for you because he's that big. So
social media kind of helped that as well.
Yes.
Because everybody making like those videos and memes like with that song in the background. I feel like that really kind of like boosted it.
At first, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna give the album an L. What's good, y'all? Russ back in the building again. RTP Visuals. Today, we got another podcast, and I got my homie Cam in the building. This is one of the dudes that I probably known the longest since I moved to Texas. I would say, yeah, probably I've known him the longest, so it's gonna be a natural flow. And I feel like I had to get him in here, bro. I had to get him in here. I've been wanting to come in here for a long time. So today, we're gonna talk about a few things. JACKBOYS today or last night just dropped their compilation project, and we're gonna talk about that. And who else? Thug made his album deluxe, so he added a few songs to that last project he put out. We're gonna talk about Thug's album. Tory dropped CHIXTAPE. That was a long time ago, but we're just gonna touch on a lot of different music that's been coming out since we haven't talked. So we're just gonna catch up and see what's really going on with this music. So we can start with JACKBOYS, bro. You were the one of the people that put me on the Travis back in high school. Like, I really wasn't on. That's back when y'all called him the Flame. Like,
he still is the Flame.
He still is the Flame. But it's like, tell me what was the hype about JACKBOYS? Like, cause I see, you know, you go on the timeline, people have been posting about it. So what's the hype about it?
Like, it's just because I was just a bunch of different artists that just like they kind of all go together with like with Trav and whatnot. Like, I didn't even know he dropped it till you told me. Like, I was like, he dropped that?
Bro,
like,
it was all over the timeline.
I was like, yo, so I had to go listen to that, bro. And, you know, Travis never disappoints.
Yeah.
Never disappoints.
Yeah.
So it's like,
JACKBOYS, I guess from reading the title, not even the title, on iTunes, it has like this little description. I'm not going to go to it. But it has this description that says like, it's just like a lot of the people that was on his Cactus Jack label. Like, did you watch the documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, the Mama At the I saw that. Yeah.
So that made me really be like, okay, Travis really like made a whole label, bro.
No,
like Travis really made a whole label.
It's crazy how he just like really like blew up, just grew.
Yeah, no, like, he's in terms of musicality, like he's like that. Like he's like that, especially in Texas. I feel like he's for sure a big dog. He's probably I would probably say he's the biggest in Texas right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else? Who else is in Texas that's doing it like that? I mean, BZ's in Dallas, but Travis Scott is really like, bro, he made Houston like everyone's like, oh my gosh, like looking at Houston the way people from Houston feel like they need to be getting that respect. But as far as the JACKBOYS collaborative project, I'm gonna pull up the track list right now. JACKBOYS. So it's only 7 songs, 20 minutes. It has, who does it have? Quavo, Offset, Thug, Don, Toliver. Oh, Pop Smoke. Obviously, Travis Scott. Yeah. What do you think are your standouts on this? On the album? While you look for yours, I'm gonna tell mine. I think my standouts was that Had Enough. I like the flow. I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Okay, yeah.
I like Don. I like Don how he was on that. Bro, I like Don how he's on that.
Don should be bigger than he is.
No, yes.
No, he should be way bigger.
My cousin, I know, Scoochie gonna be watching this, bro. He loves Don. Like, that's his favorite artist of all time.
He needs to blow up. Like,
he will blow up. He's got like blow up. His flow is like, didn't Travis bring him on tour though? Didn't he show it on the Yeah. That was crazy. So that track, Out West with Thug, I put just a thumbs up. So that Don track, I thought was fire. That Out West with Thug, I liked it a lot. And then the last track, that Gotti, I really liked a lot. The Highest in the Room, No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but that's why I want your point of view. The 3 songs that I named are my standouts. So that's 3 out of 7. So 3 out of 7 songs that I liked. It's good. That's 50% overall. Highest in the Room is just a track I've already heard, which I thought it was already raw already. For a Travis fan, it's different from a Travis stan. Like somebody that's really rocking with Travis, you're probably like, yo, I need that. Like you can get 6 Highest in the Room remixes and you'll still be like, okay, it's fire. But for me, I was just like, those 3 were the ones that I feel like I would actually bump in my car. Like,
I'm definitely going to bump Gang Gang. I don't like that. I like Gang Gang. I do like then bump Gang Gang. And the one with
you like Sheck West?
Yeah, Sheck dude.
Bro, the album cover is honestly wild, bro. It really does. It says JACKBOYS. It literally
looks
the
like lime green
some
mask.
Dudes that are about to hit 1,000 licks. Like,
dude.
What are they doing, bro?
I don't know.
It's hard though. The album cover is hard.
I like what to do.
What to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Don Toliver, bro. He just really sets the tone.
So that's saying that 2 people. Don is honestly a standout amongst a lot of people. So I'm glad that so we saw Don on here twice. We saw Sheck on here once. Thug on here once, and then Highest in the Room had who in it?
I don't know who this Rosalia is. That and Little Baby. I honestly don't think Little Baby. It's not a Little Baby song.
It's not, bro.
It's not. So I was like,
I didn't think that the Out West, or what song did I say? Had Enough. Yeah. I feel like Quavo and Offset, like they made it to where it could be like commercially, like that you can listen to it. It could be rap. Yeah. But Don had a totally different feel on it, which I like better, bro. I wish he would have rocked out like that, and then Travis would have hopped on there and did some melodic stuff, but. Offset and Quavo, they made it a rap song. Like before, if you listen to it, it's not really like a rap's like it's more vibes. But they got on there and actually started spinning, which I always am caught off guard when it's just like sometimes I feel like the song was fine already, but then it's whatever though, because it's still gonna bump regardless. But
I mean, Offset always has pretty good features. I think he's the best. He's definitely the best on the beat, in my opinion.
I would say now Offset is probably the best feature. I think it was usually maybe so. It was always Offset as the best feature on other people's stuff.
Quavo's just so.
Because I feel like Quavo, it was like known that Quavo was like the hook artist or like the guy that's gonna get you like catchy stuff. Yeah. But I feel like that's more for Migos' music. I feel like other people's features. I feel like Offset always. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to go back and look, but.
No, Offset is definitely
maybe now he has that reputation, and even back then, like what is it? What's the old albums called? I'm forgetting all their old music.
I know.
YRN, yeah, like all their old stuff, all their Bando, Back to the Bando, all their old stuff that was on Dat Piff, mixtapes, all their old stuff, like. And I feel like now, from people on the timeline, people talking about it, they're really respecting Offset. Yeah, no label.
No Label 2, Rich Timeline.
Right,
yeah. Rich.
YRN, for real money. That's back when DJ Darrell. Now I barely hear any DJ Darrell tracks, bro. But Darrell's still getting that money regardless. But
for sure.
This album, this little project, this project, I give it a thumbs up. It's cool. Cam, how do you feel about it?
I'm banging with it.
See, he's banging with it.
I'm telling you, Travis never disappoints. I've been bumping with Travis way back, and I don't know when. Like back when he was, I remember before he got like.
So
big.
Would you say 2012? I would say at least 2012. Because when we linked up in school, that was like 2015. Yeah. So it had to at least have been like.
I've been bumping
when Beefs in the Trap and all that other stuff come out? What year?
What was that? I don't remember.
You can look it up right now.
I've been bumping. Back when what was that? Days Before the Rodeo. I remember I used to bump Days Before the Rodeo all the time. Even Al Farrell, all this stuff, bro.
Okay, so what do you feel like? Okay, let me show you a tweet then. Because this has emerged on the timeline, and people are saying, "Look, my girl Kira, shout out to you, Kira, I love you." But she sent me this tweet that I tweeted. I don't know where it is, but pretty much people were saying that. What's the last JACKBOYS stuff? The HUNCHOJACK project. Yeah. Look, the fans wanted Astroworld so bad they disliked this album. This album is fire.
No, this album was actually okay, I'm not gonna lie. When it first came out, I really wasn't feeling it either.
What do you mean?
But the more I went over it, like years later, I was like, this was actually really slept on. Like, this was
I thought
fire.
you were banging with it when it came out. Me and
not
Marlon
initially,
were banging with it, bro.
Not initially, but like the more I listened to it, I was like, yeah, this is
because that was my first like. Because y'all were telling me LaFlame.
Oh yes, LaFlame is like that.
And then I was like, okay, let me listen to this stuff because he's with Quavo, and I was rocking with Migos heavy back then. And then I was like, yo, Travis Scott, he's a cool guy.
No,
this goes hard. So that was my first introduction into Travis's music. And to see people finally on that, like, yo, this stuff goes hard and it was overlooked. My thing is this, I didn't know that much about Travis to, like, be looking for Astroworld. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you know an artist, you're like, oh, he talked about this last year. Like, when is this album coming out? Like, I had just got introduced to him. So I didn't know when he was releasing new music. That's all I knew about him was the HUNCHOJACK. And that, I was like, bro, like, Feel How You Feel, Saint Laurent Mask, all, like, that is just like, I didn't know anybody to that point that was, like, melodic like that. And then me learning more about him, like, way later, because that's, like, 2015. Yeah. Then, like, 2019, I finally watched the documentary. And, like, I had been bumping Travis until then, like, steadily more. Yeah. But then once the project, once Astroworld came out, I was sold because production-wise, bro, that's one of the best produced albums I've heard, like, ever. Production-wise.
Travis is also
Mike Dean is a god, bro. And Travis is also a god producer. He's produced for Ye. Mm-hmm. I looked this up. Mike Dean has produced, like, all of Kanye's stuff and Frank's stuff. Mm-hmm. And Travis's stuff, bro. He's a god. It's actually Mike. I give so much praise to Kanye, but there's other people that play a part in making it lit. You see in the documentary, like, Mike Dean's in there just smoking, and he's making music, just playing, and it's just
playing his guitar too sometimes.
He plays like 20 instruments, and it's just like, I guess that's the level I have to get to. Oh, yeah. But this JACKBOYS, obviously a dub, because it is a dub for multiple people, not just Travis. Like, it's JACKBOYS. Like, I guess that's the whole thing. Like, we made it. Like, boys, let's do it. Yeah. Like, we got to do it. We got to put out something. And it was pretty fire. So JACKBOYS came out today, but something more recent, not more recent, something other than that. Thug. Originally, the album had that hot track with Gunna. You already know that. Yeah. Everything lit, blah, 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 blah. Bad, Bad, Bad with Lil Baby. Jumped Out the Window, which was my favorite song on the album. And Cartier Gucci Scarf, which was my favorite one. Circle of Bosses, good one. That was... And Boy Back with Nab is going crazy. That's what I'm saying. Mannequin Challenge, The London, all these songs. Like, The London was Grammy nominated for, like, the Song of the Year. Yes. Which I talked about in my podcast.
I think that's actually been one of my most played songs in 2019. Really? Yes. I really bang with it.
I was not agreeing with people. I think that a lot of other songs on here were better. Like, let me just listen to it just a little bit. Like, on the radio, yeah. But
yeah, I mean, like, they do play a lot on the radio.
This beat is crazier to me.
I mean, it's definitely one song just like, bro. They hit, though, like,
that's
for
what sure. I'm saying, but the radio boosted, not even the radio, I can't even say the radio, just people boosted it. Not boosted it, but it was getting played. Like you said, it was your most played, like, it got played. Yeah. And I feel like, literally, you know, like, when you tell your homeboy, all right, let's link. All right, bet. We're going to go such and such. All right, pull up on me. All right. He pulls up. You just hop in the whip. I feel like in that scenario, I've heard The London playing. Like, so many times, like, when you just get into somebody's car, you're going somewhere, it's, like, already on. So that track definitely got a lot of mainstream success. And, bro, that's what I'm saying. All those songs, that's 20 songs. And that's a lot of hits.
Trav and Young Thug, they never miss, bro. Yeah. Never miss.
Thug really never hits because he has that mystique of, like, people will let him get away with anything he wants to get away with because they love his music. Yeah. So there's So Much Fun Deluxe one. I just wanted to say my standouts on that. And I guess it was just the Diamonds, Hop Off a Jet, and Die Today, which I thought were all fire. The Hop Off a Jet was just okay, but the Hop Off a Jet with Travis was one of my favorites. The Diamonds was one of my favorites, and Die Today was one of my favorites. 4 more songs, and it had people going back to a project that they had already listened to. Yeah. So I'm saying Thug has people's ear. Yeah. Like, he has people's ear. Like, has people, like they're tuned in, just like Travis. I get on Snapchat, and people are like, you know what I'm saying? People are talking about it.
Yeah.
So obviously, just like you didn't hear about it, but me telling you that, oh, the album came out, is showing that he has a big enough impact to where you're gonna hear about his music.
You're gonna hear about it regardless, bro.
I just think that's crazy. Like back in the day, they're probably like, I'm just trying to. What did he say? Just a young producer just trying to get his flows off. That's actually Ye said that. But I feel like that's how a lot of people feel. You're just a young guy trying to get your flows off. You're trying to get heard. But now it's like you don't even have to hear it. Somebody else will play it for you because he's that big. So Travis, he's that guy. I like Travis a lot. That Thug project I liked a lot. And then somebody else that dropped an actual album, Roddy Rich. So this is where it's going to get interesting. I like Roddy, and in another podcast, I said that Roddy was a legend just because, you know, he made it out of the struggle wherever he came from. Yeah. So anybody that does that is a legend. But where do you rank this, before we talk about specific songs or whatever, where do you rank this in the other albums if you've heard any from Roddy? If you haven't, that's okay.
I haven't really.
Okay, then what's your initial thought on like
this album?
Yeah,
I actually think this album is really straight. Cause this his debut album?
No,
it's not his debut album.
I don't know if it's his debut studio album. That might be correct, but he has other projects.
Okay,
like
other projects.
Feed the Streets 2 and Feed the Streets before. Feed the Streets in 2017. Feed the Streets 2 in 2018. And then a lot of other stuff, but I don't think those were studio albums.
But I know, like, I recently just kind of started listening to Roddy.
I feel like everyone just
started listening to Roddy. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't know about him until he came up with the song with Nip. Like, I'm just be honest, like that kind of like really like put him on. And like after that, I just kind of started listening to some of his music. I'm like, yeah, this guy is pretty good actually. I actually see something like on Twitter one time. Somebody said like, this guy really never makes a bad song. And the more I listened to him, I was like, yeah, he really doesn't like make a bad song.
It's because I heard somebody else say that when they hear Roddy, he's so emotional on the song. So it's like you can't really say it's a bad song because he's actually trying to say something. But I'm gonna just say where this album ranks for me out of his other projects, I would say I like the Feed the Streets 2 better from 2018. That is the one that had Die Young. I don't want to die young. Can't express myself.
Yeah.
Every season I just been balling out it. That song and that Down Below. Those are all hits. So out of that 12 song, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were like hits that everybody knows that you would be, if you would say, oh, you heard Roddy? Oh, I don't know Roddy. You could choose one of those 5 songs and people would be like, oh, I heard that.
Okay.
This one has those type of hits too, which I think is good because he's not really missing. Like with the albums, he's always getting like hits that are getting played on the radio, on the playlist, in the club. Like he always has to link up with Meek and make some type of club record. I feel like everybody is. Nav does, Doug does, but I just want to get that out the way. I like Feed the Streets better. I started listening to Roddy in it was this year.
Was it?
It was this year. It was earlier this year. It was earlier this year, and I started, but it was before this project. So I was listening to the Feed the Streets 2. That was his like latest project that was out at the time. And that Die Young, I Don't Want to Die Young, all these songs, like all those songs, really like I really started messing with him a lot. And then he came out with the Racks in the Middle. Yeah. But for this project, I think that a lot of the beats were a little bit repetitive. His flow, he's super melodic, but another person which I think does better, which is someone that's melodic as well, is Thug. He's melodic, but he's melodic over different types of beats.
Different beats. Yeah.
So it's just like anytime you hear a Thug track, it's like you don't really know it's a Thug track until you hear Thug on it. Because you don't know what it's gonna be. And you don't know what he's gonna sound like. But Roddy, it's like you can tell from the beat, oh, that's a Roddy track, but he'll be doing the same flow on it, which is melodic in that track, but it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Which is not saying it's bad, but a lot of songs for me were left off of like my like actual like that I like. So the first track I liked, let me see, dude, I just deleted this. The intro. I like the intro a lot. I like his. I just like how Roddy like gets emotional. Like I said on the tracks, he has like a low key gospel feel on a lot of his songs. The intro was fire. The box, everybody's replaying that. Like the box. Start With Me. I thought I gave that a thumbs up. I like that. Perfect Time. I actually really like that song a lot. I'm gonna play a little snippet of it in a second, but I like that song a lot. The song with Meek, I think is just okay. It's fire. Obviously, it's fire. Like it's gonna do good. It's gonna do good with Meek. Backseat with Ty Dolla. I love Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign never has a bad feature either.
Ty Dolla $ign never has a bad feature.
I like that's one guy you can never say he's never had a bad feature ever.
Ty, I can literally bring Ty for like special music at my church.
Yes, you kill it, bro. You just murder it, bro.
Just murder it. Ty, Ty's crazy. Tiptoe with A Boogie. I actually like that track a lot. Mm-hmm. And my favorite track on the album is actually the last song, War Baby. Really? War Baby is actually my favorite track. So what are your standouts on that?
I definitely like The Box. I do like the one with Gunna, Start With Me. Let's see. Big Step. I like Big Step, even when I was that was a good one too. Of course, the one with Peter. I actually like Boom Boom Room too, which was pretty straight to me. And the Ty Dolla $ign one too. And the one with A Boogie. So those are kind of like the ones that stand out to me.
So I like how he gets like, you know what I'm saying? It's emotional. It's an emotional beat. He's saying something that really matters. War Baby. Let's just go to something else. Yeah. Let's go to intro. I'm just saying, like, when I start liking an artist, I try to see like, okay, what songs am I liking from this artist and why? And I guess I'm just like, I'm more drawn to his more piano songs and more emotional songs, and then obviously it's gonna be turned up because you're gonna add some flavor to it. But I like more with a little bit more substance, and all of his songs have substance though. Yeah. It's just for me, listening to it, I just gravitated to those songs. At first, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna give the album an L until I listened to it again this morning. Yeah. I was like, no, dude. These songs are good. Yeah, they're good. They are good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because when you listen to so much music, it's just like, okay. You just want something that's gonna be the next Dreams and Nightmares. Yeah. So you just hear it and you're like, yo, or like Astroworld. Yeah. That's the thing. This is a side note, but like Astroworld was just one of those projects where it's just like, you just listen to bro, it. Like what over is this? And over and over. Like every single song was just like that's why it was so crazy. It was just like, bro, this is like wild. This is like one of the best albums that I've ever heard. Yeah. And that's also how I feel about this album, Victory Lap. Those both came out in the same year. But Roddy, I'm going to give him a dub. Obviously a dub. He's making so much money off this album, bro. The Box, is that like the most played song right now? I would think Box, so. That's
his hottest song right now.
Yeah.
Right? I feel
for sure from off the album. For sure from off the album.
I feel like social media kind of helped that as well.
Yes.
Because everybody making like those videos and memes like with that song in the background. I feel like that really kind of like boosted it.
Bro, I didn't even listen to the whole album until we decided to like talk about the album. But when I listened to it, I literally heard like 5 of the songs already. Yeah. From just being heard like on the from people just playing it. Yeah. So I was like, dude, I guess this is actually hot right now.
People are banging with it.
I couldn't really hang on. I was like, bro, I guess this is actually hot right now. I can't even lie. That's why I was like, I'm gonna give it an L, but it's like, bro, you already heard these songs. People are playing it. People think it's good. So, I mean, that's a for sure dub. So out of 16 songs, we did talk about it. It's kind of long. Because, these days, I mean, the JACKBOYS was 7 songs.
Yeah, 7 songs.
And a lot of people have been doing that since Ye did the, not Jesus King, but...
was it Ye? Or was it...
No, it was Ye. It was Ye. And then Kids See Ghosts. Yeah. 7-song projects or albums. And sometimes that's good because it catches your ear and you'll play them a lot and you'll play them over and over again. But for Roddy, I mean, he was influenced by Nipsey. Yeah. Which he talks about in one of his interviews. I might even put the little clip in the video. And he was just saying that, pretty much that he's just trying to stay in the industry for a long time. So he's going to try to put out actual albums. Young rappers, some of them are actually being smart these days and being like, let me actually try to put out good music. And like, put out good music, period. Because I feel like we got away from that. Like, it's just like, let me just look live. Let me look lit. But, bro, actually do what your job is well. It's just like if you're in the league, bro, you can look swagged out, but bro, if you can't hoop, you not getting on the court, bro. You're not getting.
Just gonna be sitting there like
this project, Roddy. You took a dub. Honestly, I want to shout out to bro. This is unexpected. Like one of the young boys that we know actually like sent me a Roddy song like a long time ago. It was actually Brandon.
Really?
Brandon Martin, bro.
Really?
Yeah, he just sent me he was like, bro, like I messed with this like a long time ago. And I was like, oh, let me check out this dude. And then I started liking Roddy after that. But I just want to say shout out to you, Brandon. Keep hooping, bro. Feed the Streets 2 is still my favorite project by Roddy, but this project. Let's see how it ages. Another project that came out, or a few other projects that came out, probably in the last couple months, probably 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, was the Tory Lanez CHIXTAPE 5 and the Games album. I don't know if you heard either of those, but I'm very prepared to educate you on those.
Please do. I've heard a couple of Tory's CHIXTAPE songs.
So, but the CHIXTAPE 5 or just CHIXTAPEs in general?
Just 5. I don't think I've listened to any of his other.
Okay, so from what I know, is CHIXTAPE he's been doing for a long time. Just like, you know how rappers have their like installments that are known or like
kind of like Meek's Dream Chasers?
Yeah, like how it's a project that you just keep building on. Just like Roddy, the Feed the Streets 2. Now he could keep going, like the Carters, the Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3. So kind of like that. And the CHIXTAPEs is always where he shines in his ability to flip records. Just like JACKBOYS tried to do with the LMA. Tory actually has been doing that, like in making albums out of flipping other people's songs, but actually doing it fire too. So the CHIXTAPEs was just another one of those, and he used a lot of fire samples. The album, honestly, I would say I'm not really gonna come back to it unless I'm like with a chick, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I somewhere, and I'm gonna be bumping it, but it still has good songs. I might even play it by myself, but I'm saying like, I don't see any other scenario where I'd really be going back to it unless it just a song pops in my head where I'm like, oh, that was on the CHIXTAPE. Let me listen to it. But I wanted to bring up that album because The Game dropped his album Born to Rap, which is actually his last album ever. And this album I wanted to speak about because in the last video I didn't speak about it enough. And I really think that The Game's album was one of the best albums of this year. And I'm hoping, but I don't think it'll happen because I feel like so much music will come out between now and then. I feel like it'll probably get a Grammy. Like I hope it gets nominated for a Grammy next year. Just like Meek's what's it called? Championships dropped last year in December. At the end of the year, it finally got its nomination this year because it was out of the time frame for the actual nominees. Like it had to come out at a certain time. But I wanted to talk about this because The Game, honestly, is one of my favorite artists. I remember back when we were in school, bro, like once I was in PT, I was on like DatPiff or like Audio Mac or like some website where you get like mixtapes and stuff. And I was just looking at, they have a feature like What's Hot. And I saw he had dropped his documentary 2.5, which he has an installment like that. Like the documentary is one of the big things that people know him for. And this I actually listened to it at that time, and bro, I really started rocking with him. And he has, just me learning, like The Game has a lot of hip hop history. Like he's been in beefs with like Jay-Z. He's been like had shootouts outside of Hot 97. Like I was like, bro, this is like a gangster dude. Like this is like the remnants of like Snoop and Dre, and come to find out he was signed to Aftermath, and like he loves Dr. Dre. I watched an interview of him, fast forward a couple years later, after I'm already liking him a lot and messing with his music. Fast forward to this year, I watch a sit-down panel that Everyday Struggle did with academics and Deska and them, and they sat down with Game. And they were talking about his new project, and he was saying that it was his last one. And he said that he's going to get away from just letting Dre produce all his projects. Because he's a LA blood to the core, bro. So he's going to bump with his LA people forever. And he was like, for this one, I'm going to give a chance to young producers and young artists. And he has this song with 21 Savage called The Code. I don't know if you heard it.
I haven't.
I'm going to play a little bit. And then he has like the beat switches up. He lets him ride on it. But this is like his style. But look, at the end of the track, he lets it switch up and gives 21 his own beats on here and puts it in here. Like he accommodated a younger artist and was like, hey, we gonna make a dope song. I got this idea for the beat. I don't know if he made it, but the producer made it. I got this idea for the beat. We're going to rock with it, and then we're going to have a beat switch. And I'm going to give you your style on my track. And it's crazy because I saw the interview where he said he was going to give younger guys a chance. And, like, bro, he's literally like, we're different styles, but I'm going to cater to your style. And I was like, bro, that's actually hard. And he has a bunch of songs on here that are, I promise you, bro, this album is 25 songs long, which is a lot.
That's a lot of songs.
But it's an actual album, but he's used to that.
But yeah.
He's used to putting out a lot of songs and actual albums because he's been in the game for a long time. I mean, his name is The Game. But
that's true.
The Game, bro, I just wanted to speak on that album because I feel like I didn't speak on it enough. And I really, really, really like that project. That was one of my standouts from this year, and I don't know why I didn't say it before. And it came at the end of the year, and I feel like that always happens sometimes, bro. At the end of the year, somebody will sneak something in and it's like, yo, bro, this is the most fire stuff right now.
Like so much music comes out every year. You just don't. I'll be forgetting what came out this year.
You don't see people be like, why isn't the JACKBOYS getting the Grammy? Why isn't the JACKBOYs getting the Grammy? Like, bro, it just came out. Just
literally
Rihanna said that she's putting out a project before 2020.
She got like what? 4 days left?
No, she doesn't care. This is different. We rock with Riri just because she's the most beautiful woman in the world. So we have to be in tune with what she got going on. That being said, I saw somebody like screenshot her like tweet and it said like something that she was putting out an album and they said when 2020 and she said 2019. So I mean, y'all girls that are in the Navy with Rihanna, y'all look out for that. Somebody said before that Rihanna hasn't been making music because she's been making so much money off her beauty line.
She has been making some bank though.
If y'all girls stop buying her beauty supply and make her,
force her to make the music.
Force her to make the music.
Yes, sir.
Y'all giving her other avenues to make money. Yeah, that's crazy though. But we were just talking about this. That's off the music. Wait, Ye dropped Jesus Is Born. I have not listened to it. It's a gospel album. But it's mostly a compilation of like the Sunday service songs that they did before. Yay. I still have not received my album, my vinyl. Like I said, I know it's going to take at least 5 years to ship. But bro, like, come on, bro. This is ridiculous. Chance sent me my stuff, and this man didn't even make any, bro. Honestly, bro, no. I was talking to my sister about this, bro. I need to stop bashing Chance because I love Chance the Rapper. That's the whole reason I even made the first video about him.
Yeah.
Before the album dropped, I just wasn't expecting it to not be good. like real talk. But all his other albums besides that, I love, bro. Remember when Coloring Book came out, bro? Yeah. You do remember that. In high school, we were like, well, I was probably more with Rashard. Rashard was really the one pushing Chance on me. And I still didn't want to listen to him. But then I hit him up like my sophomore year of college, and I was like, bro, I finally listened to Acid Rap, bro. I finally listened to Acid Rap, bro. I finally listened to 10 Day.
No, Acid Rap 10 Day, all those classics.
That's what I'm saying. Classics. I was like, bro, I see what you mean now. He's like that.
No, yeah.
Now I see, because I'm like, I just thought he was like this guy. But no, he was on this before he was on that. The Coloring Book type stuff. And then the Big Days type stuff is just like, I'm married now. Yeah. Yeah. Like, bro. Like,
all this new stuff is garbage.
But he'll bounce back. And he did cancel his tour, which I talked about before. And that's just like, I don't know. That's just like weird. Like, what is the reason behind that? What do you think the reason was behind that?
I couldn't even tell you.
Why does anybody cancel their tour? I think it's because not enough tickets being sold. Wouldn't that be it? But people were saying it was because
people not really banging with his new stuff.
People said that he wanted to be with his family. But, I mean, if he wants to be with his family, then kudos to you, bro. Like, really, I can't really hate because, I mean, I'm not doing anything on the calendar that you're doing it on. And I'm just somebody talking about the music. And I'm actually a fan of the music. So, call me a hater. But I'm actually not a hater because I really do rock with you, Chance. I was just disappointed in the album that you put out. So out of recent music, that's really all we had to talk about. But what's some of the music that you like this year, or just anything, any songs that you want to talk about, anything that stood out to you, anything, bro?
I'm trying to figure out like what came out. I'm trying to remember what came out.
Okay, let's say, did somebody put you on any music this year? Did you mess with any new artists that you haven't messed with before?
No, I just found myself listening to a lot more Mick Jenkins this year.
I'm glad you mentioned this. In my most underrated video, bro, I low-key disrespected Mick Jenkins, but I didn't. I gave him credit because I said that Mick Jenkins is one of the most, like, talented artists, rappers.
Yes.
Like, the talent-wise, you cannot say that he's not talented, and you cannot say that his music is bad. You can't say he puts out bad music. But I was saying that Mick Jenkins appeals more to people that, honestly, I would say are smarter, bro. Like, I feel like me and you and a lot of other people can like his music and get it, but I feel like mainstream people, bro, they really can't get it.
That's what I'm saying. Mick Jenkins is smart.
I didn't want to say that.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mick Jenkins
that's
for
why
certain
I left
people.
him up. I was like, he's not that relatable to worldwide just because of that. But that's not an indictment against him.
No, it's not.
How is he going to change? He's not going to just dim his light and just dumb it down.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
Mick Jenkins is definitely
he's like that. No, he's definitely like. He's a smart dude.
Yes, very intellectual.
That's one of the appealing things about the music. Yes. Just like if you listen to a cold track, bro, you can't just, like, a lot of people listen to a cold track and they just let it go over their mind and they just let the sound of the music what hits them. But if you actually listen to what he's talking about, bro, you have to have your mind ready to digest what they're talking about. If you want to know how good that artist is and how talented they really are, you need to pay attention to what they're actually saying. Yeah, talk about
bro.
Jenkins.
I forgot what I was doing, but I was driving. I was like, wait, let me get some Mick Jenkins, bro. So I went back over some of his old stuff, bro. And I just really forgot, like, how, like, fire his music is.
This is just something I found on SoundCloud, but all his stuff on Apple Music, I listen to a lot of it. But this track is crazy. So the art on here is a slave with chains on, and he's painting in gold. I thought, well, let's just listen to this for a little bit, how it comes in. Hey, and then he starts spinning. So he's saying, don't listen, save money. It's the art is a slave painting his chains gold, which I thought it was a slave saying that, like, he was making the best out of his situation. But he's saying, don't listen, save money. That cover art is actually showing, like, rappers and how they're slaves. They're slaves in their deals or whatever they do, and they're painting their chains to make the slavery look enticing. Okay. Like, they're a slave to the game. They're a slave to spending money. And the song says, don't listen, save money.
So I'm saying, Mick Jenkins is deep, bro. Like, he's like,
bro. Look, I'm gonna pull up the actual art, bro. I have not looked up. I'm just going off word of mouth. I'm not gonna. The best thing, go off word of mouth. Don't look it up because you might not even find the.
If you guys have a chance, just listen to Mick Jenkins, bro. Yeah. Just really listen to what he's saying, like any of his music.
I feel like that does make sense because but it's just because I always went for the positive out of it. But I feel like that does make a lot of sense, though. Might not even be to find it on here. Yeah. Jenkins slave cover art. Should have broke down that. See, I can't even find it because it's on SoundCloud. But the thing is, it might not have even been that. Somebody else could have put that there, whoever uploaded it. But the thing is, that makes so much sense, like, because don't listen, save money. He's talking about don't listen to what the status quo is. Save money, do it differently, be smart. Yeah, and it's showing somebody that's enslaved or chained up, but I'm not going. I want to look clean. Like, I want it to look. You're a slave to wanting to look nice. Like, you're painting it on you, but it's still the chains that you're in. Like, artists are in bad deals. They're slaves to their labels. They don't have the full creativity like that. They don't have the full, like, you know what I'm saying? The full, like, flexibility to do what they want. But what you see isn't that. All you see is the ice. You just see what they want you to see. But he's saying, don't listen, save money. The name of the song, Value Village. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's deeper than that. A lot of his songs are deep, bro.
Super deep.
And I feel like, bro, I was like, dude. Because I already tried to decipher it on my own, and then he told me a totally different thing. Because if you look at that, you would automatically think that, oh, he's painting chains. So, you know what I'm saying? Optimism. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's making the best out of the situation. But no. It's something
this is way deeper than that.
It's way deeper than that. Talk about that.
Bro, The Waters, bro, this is definitely my favorite album.
Okay.
It's easily, bro. Like, just it's that whole central theme of like water, how it's like a healing component and whatnot, bro. It's just like he throughout the whole album, he kind of talks about how like water is essential, how it's like one of the most important like elements or properties on our earth, and how it's like the key to life and whatnot, bro. And so this is just like one of my like some of my favorite. Like I can literally listen to this whole album like any time of the year, just straight through, like no skips. Yeah. This is one of the few albums like I can do that with. So this is
what do you
Waters think, is good.
Do you think that he's overrated? I mean, underrated?
He's very much underrated.
And this is something I didn't know. He's from Chicago.
Yes.
So he's already. I have to look at him differently. Yes. I've already said this before. Chicago and New York have the most talented artists. Ye came out of Chicago. He came out of Chicago. Saba came out of Chicago. No Name. All the artists I've been harping on, that creativity, like that is unmatched, they came out of there. And then my New York boys, they do it differently too. Chance the Rapper, even how they rap, how they're all different. Like none of them are the same. In Atlanta, all the rappers they sound the same. Even in Dallas, except for Travis, he's different. Yeah. But in Atlanta, it's gonna sound kind of the same trap. But in you can get a room full of Chicago artists, and none of them will sound the same. None of them will sound the same, and they'll all be hard though. Yes. And it's just like, how is this talent even like achievable? But they're like that. How old is this dude?
Mick Jenkins?
He's born in 91. When is that? 2020?
26?
26?
No, 20. He's older than that.
28. He's 28. He's 28. Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, he's born. He actually went to Oakland for a little bit too.
I know that.
Yeah. He was born there, then he went to Chicago.
Look, Associated Acts, Chance the Rapper from Chicago. Joey Badass from New York.
He has a song with Joey.
No Name. Look, I didn't look this up beforehand. All the people I just said. No Name from Chicago. Kirk Knight from Chicago. Saba from Chicago. Alex Wiley from Chicago. Yep. Yes, sir. Smino. Yeah. Those are all talented artists that I feel like have not gotten enough praise. But, well, let me speak on Kurt. Kurt has been in the game for a long time, and Joey has been in the game. And Chance. But a lot of people on here. But, yeah. Look. Later in 2009, he returned to Huntsville to attend Oakwood University, and he served 34 days for a misdemeanor charge. It's a private college, blah, 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 blah. Jenkins' sophomore year. What do you get charged for?
Probably smoking.
Oh, what do you say, bro? There's a bunch of songs where he talks about that. He talks about getting in trouble for smoking. Yeah. That's the same thing that happened with Chance. Yeah. Smoking and all this other stuff. But,
it's like, Mick Jenkins, he has a whole project.
The
TAC, bro. The
Pursuit of Happiness. The story of a bunch of stuff. He has a lot of...
A whole playlist dedicated to it.
Trees and Truths. The Waters and Waves. Is that what you're talking about? The healing component?
Yes, THC, the healing component. That's good. I can listen to that one all the way through. Okay. Waves is good. The Water's good.
Pieces of a Man.
Pieces of a Man. Straight. That's the one that has your song with Padded Locks?
Yeah. That's your song. How does he know that? Yeah. Padded Locks. That's one of my favorite. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. If I play Padded Locks for somebody that just listens to, like...
They're not going to appreciate it.
I don't know. I don't want to, like, put any artists, like, on the hot seat, but, like, if I just play Padded Locks for just anybody, they'll be like, this is boring. Yeah. I guarantee they're going to say, but it's really not, though, at all. Listen to the beat first off, and then listen to what he's saying. Like, bro, like, it's not boring at all. Like, you need to really listen to what he's saying. Like, come on, dude. Yeah, that Padded Locks. What other songs on that? Go to that, I like Padded Locks. See, like I was saying, what new artists did you get put onto this year? I got put onto Mick Jenkins for sure. Mick Jenkins, I got put onto Rich. I got put onto Smino. I got put onto Saba, No Name, Boogie. A lot of people, man. And I hope that next year, I don't even know. I don't know who I'm looking forward to because I don't think anybody. I feel like in the last 2 years, the people that we've been saying, drop an album, they all did. Yeah. Like, let's start with like the biggest name people. Cole, Jay-Z, Kendrick, Drake. Let's do like 3 years. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Jay-Z, and Ye. They all dropped projects within the last 3 years. Yeah. Like Jay with that 444. Kendrick, was that 4 years?
His might 2016, wasn't it?
His might be a little further off. But you know what I'm saying? In the last like 5 years. And this, I feel like 2020 is like 2020 and like 2015. Like we've got all the people that we wanted, like all the people that had been holding out, they all finally made music. Even down to the last big name, which was Ye. He made his songs, and We had been waiting on Ross. He finally put his stuff out.
Yeah.
Everybody's putting their stuff out there now.
How'd you like the Ross album?
I liked it a lot.
You liked it?
No, I liked it a lot. That is another project that I really liked a lot, bro. But I felt like it won't get a Grammy. It wasn't even nominated. Just because of people, the Ross fans didn't like it as well. They felt like it should have been more than it was. Or they felt like that just based off the other stuff he put out, it wasn't the best that he's put out to date, but it's still good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You only judge an artist by what they put out in the past. But I really like that. And I like that that song he has with Nipsey. Did you hear it? It's called this is Port of Miami too. So it's so Summer Rain I like big time. Big time I like a lot. That. Gold Roses has been out forever.
With Drake. Yeah. Let's say Drake didn't make the best feature either.
What Nick say? I'm gonna go with Nick say. Yeah, right here. So he said, "Why y'all so surprised that Tekashi told? You ain't a real street unless you got a code." Yeah. They put the little laughing ad lib in the back, like.
Nip was that man, bro.
Yeah, he really was.
Nip was that guy.
And that came out when that came out after he had already died, after Tekashi was in jail. Yeah. So it's just like Nip had already been on that tip. Y'all can't say like. It's like usually it's the other way around. It's like somebody speaking on somebody that died, but you didn't say anything while you were alive. No, Nip spoke on it when he was alive. Yeah. He just died. Like he wasn't able for. He would have stood on that if he was still. Yeah, he would have stood on that. He just said in the song he will stand on everything that he says. He would have stood on that. Tekashi would not have said anything. Nobody would have said anything to him. Why y'all gonna say something to him? Like. He's one of the realest dudes that actually will stand on what he's talking about. And, I mean, not to get on the gang tip, but, I mean, even on that tip, the rolling 60s, I don't really think you want those problems. Like, you're not really just going to be speaking on a dude that has a resume, like 5-star general type stuff. Yeah. So, that was wild. To me, A Love Letter to You 4 is just, it was better than not better than I expected, but I listened to it like 2 times, and then I was feeling like a couple songs, and I was like, dude, it's cool. But I kept listening to it, and I was like, no, dude, I really like this. And the reason why I really like Trippie is because ever since he came out with A Love Letter to You, like, back when X was still alive, like, bro, when that, like, it was Trippie X, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trippie X were doing that thing. All these albums I have downloaded, like all of them, like since 2017, like Life's a Trip, like I don't know, bro. Trippie is one of my guys where it's not like I wouldn't say guilty pleasure, but that's one of my guys that I every album he puts out, bro, I go get it. I go get it because I like it, bro. I like the vibe, like it's just straight vibes. Like even from the cover arts, it's just like some wild stuff.
It's like he's living on a trip.
Yeah, but Life's a Trip, like for real. That's literally the name of the album. Life's a Trip, and I just like. I don't know, bro. I just like the feeling I get from his music. Like, it's just like fun to me. Fun, really. Yeah. It's fun music, and I really like his stuff. A lot of people do like his music that I know. Actually, not really, to be honest. They like certain songs, but not like his actual discography. But Bust Down, In Too Deep. This is just what's in front of me. Hellboy, I like a lot. Let Me Down. I don't know, bro. Trip is just one of my guys that I just gotta rock with. Yeah. You have those certain guys where it's like everybody might not like him, or like only a certain demographic might like him, but not your people. Yeah. I'm still rocking with them, bro. I gotta rock with Trip. So, all these projects that we talked about today are some of the standouts from this year. We're looking forward to even more better music. Different artists get put onto different stuff next year. But yeah, bro. I feel like that's really all we had to say. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do like a year-end wrap-up. Like me, you. I really did. I want to do one like me, you, Rashard, LTA's. Who else did I want to have? Zach, Marlon. I was gonna do something like that, but I feel like this honestly kind of like this did what it needed to do. Yeah. So we talked about the stuff that's been going on lately, and we'll be back at y'all soon. Cam will definitely be in some more of my videos. This is my guy. So yeah, I'm just glad he came up here. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man.
We out. All right.